morning, everyone. I'm a little bit early this morning, but there are other assignments that have to be accomplished. This morning's devotional is taken from Acts chapter 19, verse 15, and it reads like this: Jesus I know, Paul I know, but who are you? The issue that many people run into, and I have myself as well, is there enough of the presence of Christ within me to make a positive impact in other people's lives? And good morning, Kevin. Nice to see you early this morning. Having more of God's presence in us allows us to do things we wouldn't normally do. And good morning, Cindy. The difficulty we have is, we must pay attention to the little things. And good morning, John and Wendy and Sandra. And Kevin, thank you for calling me Dad. I appreciate that. It's a special relationship you and I have. And I thank you for that privilege. Good morning, Sandra and Rachel. And as we look at what is the presence of God, Paul said that we need to have this on the inside. In his day, he was dealing with demonic activity, and the demonics recognized that God's presence was in him. And Jesus I know, and Paul I know, but who are you? Well, there were several fellows that were trying to do it in their own strength. When we try to do things in our own strength, we run out of strength pretty quick. And so they were trying to do what Paul did without knowing the presence of God. And the difficulty is that the demonic attacked them, and pretty soon they were in big trouble. And so when we don't have presence in us, we have what would be termed carnal flesh. And so that's our human desires, our human ideas, our human thinking, and we think more of ourselves than we think of others. And this whole wrestle point, this whole difficulty is who will win. And as the old timers used to say to me, the dog you feed the most is the one who wins. And so that's the key behind all of this is, if you feed the presence of God, if you put good things in, then good things will come out. And you can't have good seed by having bad seed. I know a few farmers that are very careful to have their seed. They pay extra for seed that is extra filtered and so forth, so that they remove more weeds out of their harvest, because when they plant the seed, they plant good seed. And you'll notice the fields of grain where these fellows farm are pure. Like, you might have one weed in acres and acres of the field. And so others, well, I'm a poor farmer, so I'm just going to put this seed in. And every harvest, they get a lower price because of all the weed seed in the seed that they harvest. And the difficulty is they want the harvest to be rewarded as if it had no weeds in it and had no impurities in it, but they don't want the lower price because that's what the path they chose. Unfortunately, whatever you put in the ground comes up. So if you put bad seed in, you get bad seed out. And your harvest will indicate it for everyone to see. So the consequences of choices between the presence and not following the presence of God means that people will see the bad seed that we allowed to grow within us. As a consequence, those seeds can cause other people to have a lot more difficulty. And as a consequence of that, relationships can be increasingly difficult because the seeds of weeds are more dominant in us than the good seed. That's the one thing that is sad about culture, is that it has good things and it has bad things. And some things in some cultures, they are not conducive to having peace. They're not about having a conversation. They're not about working together. They're about dominating and destroying. So as you look at your life, look at the seed that you're putting in the ground. Every day we put seed in the ground. How you treat people is seed in the ground. How you interact with people is seed in the ground. Is it bad seed? Is it good seed? I have to ask myself all the time that if Jesus wants me to bring the focus to him, then the focus has to come off of me. That means it's not my will, but his to be done. And caring for people and doing what I need to do. And earlier today, we were having a conversation with my friend, and if you have the authority to change things, then you change it. If you don't have the authority to change it, then that's not your job to do. Your job begins with yourself, and then it moves forward. My teacher in grade school one time said to me, Bobby, your rights end at the end of your nose. So it's not about me imposing my rights on someone else, but that's what the culture is saying today. Good morning, Maud. Hello to Quebec. My rights end here. I don't win by imposing my rights on someone else. How I win is I help someone else succeed in their journey. And when I take that viewpoint, everything changes because it puts good seed into them and helps them succeed in removing weeds from their life. The more we do this, the better harvest is. And the better the harvest, the more harmonious our culture and our country and our province and our cities and our towns and villages and our streets and our homes will be. So it's crucial. It starts with me. I carry good seed. I give good seed, and there will be more good seed harvested. If I carry bad seed, if I am bitter and unforgiving, and I have no grace, and I feel weak inside, and I'm angry inside, then that bad seed is going to translate into other people's lives, and they're going to start responding. When they see me, they're going to reflect it back to me. And then I'll be mad because they're mad. And so the cycle goes. So choose your seed wisely, plant it well, because the enemy of your heart and your life doesn't want good seed in your heart. And he doesn't want good seed to grow. All the effort you do can come to naught if you allow bad seed to destroy all the good seed. That's the problem. And cares of life, Jesus in the parables said that the cares of life choke good seed. Okay? If you become too distressed with the cares of life, it chokes out the seed that God put in you to share with other people. So remember, if you want a good harvest, you have to use an extra fine filter, and the Holy Spirit will help you. Just ask the Lord. Say, help me filter out bad seed today, and let good seed come in my life, and let me sow good seed into someone else's life. Remember, it starts with us, and he said he would help us. You're not alone. As you walk this path, you will see people sowing seed today, and you'll see good seed being sown, and you'll see bad seed being sown. You can make a difference. I can make a difference. It's the seeds that come from these two lips and this little tongue that plants good things. But this speaks from the contents of your heart. So if your heart has bad seed, it's going to speak bad seed. So have your heart changed. Get God to change your heart. Say, Lord, change my heart.
flush all the bad seed away. Let's start fresh today. That's our thought for today. I hope you'll realize that if you have good seed, you can get more. And God says, if you encourage good seed to grow, I'll give you even more good seed to sow. That's our thought for the day. You have a great day and a great weekend out there. Be safe, everyone. It's a pleasure and for your love and trust to tune into this little broadcast. But I want you to like and share, please, so that you can encourage someone out there that you may not even know or think is even tuned into it or paying attention to it, and they see it and they hear it on your Facebook site or YouTube site or however you do it, and then that will put good seed in them. Give them the opportunity to have good seed rather than weeds. Okay? So you have yourself a great day. Be safe. Be careful out there. But pay attention to the seeds that are going in the ground. You want to have a good harvest. And I know the farmers hate the weeds. I know. It makes an awful difference. And you know what? The animals, when they eat it, they don't like it either. So, gets them upset. So, good seed, good food, good nurture. And you will be an amazing person. Your family will love you the more because you are a person who sows good seed. Have a great day. Love you lots. God bless.